How's it going, everybody? Bryan Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Sundays, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, Sundays with Andrew Zarian, and it is Fun Friday here on the show. Indeed it is. We got a lot to talk about today, and because it's Fun Friday, we're also going to have time to talk to you. So, how to do it, the text message line. 425-780-7566. That is 425-780-7566. You can send text there. F4WOnline@gmail.com is the email. F4WOnline, Threads, Instagram, and Cameo. And we'll be taking some phone calls probably in the show as well. So what do we got? Tonight is SmackDown. And it is what they call a lame duck show, as there's a pay-per-view tomorrow. And once the pay-per-view is over, I mean, do we have to talk about SmackDown? So I'll watch it tonight, but we got Shinsuke Nakamura, LA Knight for the U.S. title. We have got Chelsea Green in action and Trish Stratus appearing on the show. And could be a title change. I guess we shall see. But that's coming up tonight. And, of course, Elimination Chamber tomorrow. We've got Collision tomorrow. New matches added. And we've got all of the news to talk about. Malachi Black and Phoenix updates. Roman Reigns is being booked for shows, but still a ways out. We got the Dynamite ratings from Wednesday, which probably have already been talked about, but maybe not. And some notes on a couple of folks who will not be returning to AEW. So a lot to get into here today. Once again, text us if you want to talk, 425-780-7566. That is 425-780-7566. And F4WOnline@gmail.com. Back in a moment with a lot to get into here today. Mike Sempervive joins us, Wrestling Observer Live. Back in the show, Bryan Alvarez here. Wrestling Observer Live. Mike Sempervive, also of WrestlingObserver.com. Well, it's Fun Friday here on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some fun stuff to talk about here today, including a free show this afternoon at 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. If you're listening right now on YouTube, Twitch, Sports Byline, however you're listening to this show live, Lance and I are going to do a live Q&A, 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern today. You can ask either of us anything during that Q&A, and it's free. So you can head up to our YouTube page at 4wonline.com/YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe. Or on Twitch, twitch.tv/F4W video, which is a subscriber option, but you can subscribe free through your Amazon Prime account, or Sports Byline. So all three of those, you can listen free today, 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. Lance and I doing a live Q&A, so join us for that. And then tonight is SmackDown, because tomorrow is Elimination Chamber. And Elimination Chamber at this point, and I mean, unless they add something tonight, it's a 4-match show. It is John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, Seth Rollins in the men's Elimination Chamber. It's Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne in the women's chamber. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn in an unsanctioned match. And Tiffy and Trishi against Nia and Candice. Now, the way these elimination chambers work, I would say that both of those matches are going to go about 40 minutes, okay? So that's 80 minutes. Let's do some math here.
Oh, boy.
Okay, that's 80 minutes. And then I would say that Sammy and Kevin's, should we give them the benefit of the doubt, 25?
Absolutely.
All right.
We are not including entrances in this, right?
And then at the most, the
12.
Now I'm going to say 15.
All right.
That's the kind of guy I am. All right. So, 80 plus 25 plus
Carry
15.
1. Yeah.
Okay. So we're looking at 120 minutes of wrestling time.
That's like 2 hours.
120 minutes. Now, you know the show's going to go at least 3.5 hours.
No.
It will.
Oh.
For sure. I don't think it's going to go 4. Oh, yeah, God, The Rock's going to be there.
Oh,
God.
no.
4-hour show. All right, anyway, here's my recommendation for Elimination Chamber. Start late. And just, skip through
Catch
all
up.
of the rigmarole. You will have an hour and a half of downtime at some point during this show. I can guarantee it.
I'm
I think,
hoping because the Royal Rumble went long, they're going to pull this one back. We're only going to get the 4 matches, and because they're going to be bookended by the Elimination Chambers in all likelihood, maybe we do get out of this thing at only 3 hours. Maybe.
This guy says, I'm probably in the minority, but giving 30,000 people 4 matches and a Rock promo feels like a scam. Oh, it's not.
No.
They will get plenty of action. This is how WWE runs the shows, and like these tickets, they can't sell them fast enough at enormous prices.
I was going to say, just
these
listen to
fans
the
are
response,
plenty happy.
Yeah, from the people in Toronto, and the next time they go back, then you'll be able to see if they felt ripped off or not. But I wonder. I know we're going to go to 2 days of Royal Rumble at some point, and in some ways, that's actually a good thing to have the men's Rumble one day, women's Rumble the next. I can see after the tentpole shows, if you were going to go 2 days on something, make it during this WrestleMania run and make Elimination Chamber 2 days. And if they continue to farm it out where it's going to be in a Canada or in another foreign country, I mean, that's just another way that they can get an additional site fee and hype that up. So I could see the first 3 events eventually at some point ending up 2-day events.
And listen, I went to War Games. And I don't know what you guys thought watching it on television, okay? But War Games was a 5-match show. Tomorrow is a 4-match show, but you got a Rock promo, which is going to be longer than a match. So really, it's, the shows are comparable. And, attending the show live, I had a great time. I had an awesome time at that show. Yeah, there was a lot of downtime, but, I got some popcorn, whatever, used the privy. It was fine, so.
How about the merch stand?
I didn't think I didn't get my money's worth. And I did buy a ticket, by the way. So I can tell you, I felt like I got my money's worth. So anyway, then we've got Collision tomorrow night. And shows in Oakland. Big Dave's going to be there. Oh, God. Forgot about that. He's going to Collision and then has to come home and watch the pay-per-view. So we'll be doing our show about 4 a.m.
Wait a second. It's going to be you? You're not tagging in Garrett on this one?
Why would I tag in Garrett? That's UFC weekends. He's got it next weekend.
Oh, all right.
Which actually, I guess that means he's got the AEW. Or no, AEW's on Sunday. Next weekend, I guess, is a two-person, two Observer Radio weekend or something. Anyway, all I know is we got Daniel Garcia, Adam Cole for the TNT title. Yes, a title match. A title match. Kenny Omega in action. FTR versus Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. And Hobbs and Bandito against Big Bill and Brian Keith.
That'll be fun.
That should be fun. So I don't expect Adam Cole to beat Daniel Garcia on Collision head-to-head with the WWE PLE. I guess stranger things have happened. But I do think it's possible that Shinsuke Nakamura loses the U.S. title to LA Knight. I think that is a distinct possibility. This Shinsuke Nakamura title reign is may as well be Commander's title reign. There's no point to it. It's a waste of time. He's in the exact same spot. I think I might actually see him less than I did before he won the title. So I don't even know. Everyone keeps saying they wanted Nakamura to bring that belt to Noah. Why?
Everybody keeps saying that. I told you that
Why?
because that's what exactly what they wanted to do.
It absolutely does not matter to anybody.
Time out. Understandable. We know this, Brian, but they wanted to have a champion come over. You get the picture, all that sort of stuff for all the nonsense reasons. And it was fine that they wanted to go do that. It was a business decision. The thing was, okay, when he comes back, why didn't you put him in a feud, or why didn't you have him lose the title? Why has this drawn itself out for so long? That's the interesting part to me.
He should have won it right before he went, or he should have lost it right after he came back.
That's exactly right.
This is a waste of time.
Probably should have won it back. And that, because what's he done other than the goo coming out of his mouth when he backed off from the bloodline? I mean, when was the last time that Nakamura was involved in something that mattered?
Let's see here. Shinsuke Nakamura. Maybe if this Pro Fight DB would open a little faster, we'd have an answer.
God. Go to cage match.
Figure out your internet. Forget it. I had it right the first time. I think he's had this will be his second title defense, I think. Since War Games. Well. I was there when he won the title. And I hadn't seen the odds. Apparently he was the odds-on favorite, and I hadn't seen that. So I could tell you that when he won that title, I was like, what? What just happened? What just happened? I asked Sean, except he was in another area. It's like, did he just won the title? And then he did.
He was in the privy?
Okay, so he won the title November 30th. We didn't see him again until January 3rd, so he took an entire month off after winning the title. Then
it's a lot of travel.
beat Andrade in a non-title match. He lost to LA Knight via DQ in a non-title match. Somehow that led to a title match with LA Knight, then went to another DQ, and that's the last time he's had any matches.
Well, it's still better off than Commander because he hasn't been losing a bunch, so there's that, I guess.
Should we look at Commander?
Oh, I don't think you want to do
Friday.
that. Yeah, okay.
Let's see how Commander's doing.
Count his L's.
Old Commander. Okay, so Commander won the TV title on January 15th, and since that time, he beat Lee Johnson. He lost to Okada. Him and Ospreay beat... Actually, we can't count those. Those are in the Jericho Cruise.
I was going to say, is there a...
And then he beat Lee Johnson on Ring of Honor TV.
I was going to say, just
3 weeks ago.
Look at AEW. Just AEW stuff. What has he done?
AEW stuff? He lost to Okada. That's it. Since January 5th when he won the title. He won the title 6 weeks ago. He's wrestled on AEW television once, and he lost to Okada. Back in a moment, Observer Live. We got guys here trying to tell me the Jericho Cruise counts. No, it doesn't. In fact, even in storyline, it doesn't count. Because the Jericho Cruise takes place in international waters. This was made abundantly clear on the first cruise. None of this counts. So no. Nice try. By the way,
is the international title recognized on the cruise?
And speaking of international, some of you will be stunned to hear this news. Western Australia will become the home of UFC and WWE in Australia. A deal just inked. WWE is going to be heading for 3 nights of action in Perth, Friday Night SmackDown, a premium live event, and a Monday Night Raw in prime time. Coming up in 2025. So there you go. WWE going to Australia to run a big building.
Would you rather go to Australia or to Kansas City to see 3 days of TKO action?
This will be the RAC Arena. Let's see how big that is. Let's see what they're trying to do here. RAC Arena in Perth. A 15,500 seat building. So they'll sell that baby out quick. There you go. You knew it was happening.
Of course.
Yeah.
But they didn't go to Brisbane, though. So they did go to Perth. Little difference.
Well, yeah, they made the right decision. No offense to everybody in... Malachi Black should be returning soon. Dave Meltzer wrote about Malachi and Phoenix in the Observer this week. And WWE already making plans for Phoenix, even though there's no confirmation he can sign there yet. Hasn't wrestled in AEW in 7 months. So we're just waiting now. So what's funny about this whole Phoenix thing is
He's going to debut in Phoenix?
I haven't really mentioned this, but I'll just tell you. Every week now, for the past 3 weeks, I've heard, I believe Phoenix got his release this week. So we're going on 3 weeks now, I've heard this. So I'm waiting, like, any time now I should hear it. I think Phoenix got his release. But I guess we'll find out when he actually gets that release. And also, what is it, February? Legit Layla Hirsch.
Last day.
Yep, her contract expires today, and doesn't appear she's going to be returning to AEW. And I think that this will not be the last time you hear this story in the month of March. I have heard that there might be some departures coming up in March, whether it's people being released, people's deals coming up and not being renewed. But I think the fact of the matter is they got way too many people under contract for the amount of usage they have of a lot of these people. So looks like she's gone, and I think I can comfortably say she will not be the last in the next 30 days. So we'll see if there's more names to talk about here.
Yeah, she's been injured a lot. She's on the smaller side, obviously, and her wrestling skill is there. I mean, I don't know if there's a door that she could open up into WWE with. The problem is they have a lot of... Look, Kendall Gray, right now they're putting a lot behind her, and they have her on what used to be the Level Up show, and she's working house shows and things like that. I mean, maybe she can go in that direction, but I don't know, honestly, with her size and with the type of wrestling that she does, if she's got a shot to go to Japan, that might be the best option for her, but God knows if there's any spots available and if it's financially worth her going over, but that might actually be the best place for her.
We got a new podcast by Stephanie McMahon reportedly in the works from WWE. She's got a show coming up on ESPN Plus, Stephanie's Places. That's what they came up with. She'll be talking with some of the biggest stars and legends in WWE history.
It's going to be designed like Mr. Hooper's store on Sesame Street.
And then apparently she's going to be having another WWE-produced podcast, which means she will be back under a WWE deal. And I think WrestleVotes first announced that. But she's back. How about that?
Putting herself back out there again. So she's got the ESPN thing. She's got this podcast, which is being produced through WWE. You know, she was doing a lot of, like, speaking engagements for the Sports Business Journal, you know, those sorts of things. I thought she would go in more of that direction. But since she's gotten out of, you know, the business part of professional wrestling, it just seems like she's trying to do, again, these types of, I don't want to say folksy, but, you know, the podcast you can do from home, and it's obviously a subject she's familiar with, and she's not, you know, getting into too many unfamiliar waters right now. So I don't know. It's interesting to see if this is going to lead into anything else, or if she's actually going to try to start some sort of, you know, media career.
And then we've got Elias, the former Elias, a.k.a. Elijah. He is signed with TNA. The Drifter has drifted his way to TNA Wrestling. Debuted on last week's live episode, helping Joe Hendry even the odds against the Colognes. So,
Primo and Epico?
Yeah, Primo and Epico are in TNA. They'll be teaming up in a 10-man tag at Sacrifice, which is Friday, March 14th. We're 2 weeks from that. Hendry, Elijah, Matt Hardy, and 2 partners to be announced. Who could that be? Could it be Fraxium?
I don't know, but do you think Elijah's twin brother is going to show back up as a member of the Kingdom in ROH?
I can only hope. The Colognes, Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, and Dirty Dango. Dirty Dango and the Colons are teaming up together. I
can't say anything.
Yep, so there you go. Playing a drifter and a rock star, it says here. That was his gimmick. That was his gimmick in WWE. He played a drifter and a rock star. Where's the Vintner been, by the way?
I don't know.
Where are
That's
those
a good
guys?
question. What happened to all of them?
There's a lot of people I'm wondering, where are they? What in God's name ever happened to Jack Perry? Where did he go?
I don't know.
He has vanished off the face of the earth.
Is he still in Japan?
I don't think so. Maybe he is.
Where are the Young
Where
Bucks?
is he?
Are they still in Japan?
The Young Bucks, at least the Young Bucks were written off television. Like they said they were going to go home.
Home, yeah, they've been, yeah.
And that certainly, that's what they did. But, like, he's just missing. Just vanished. Gone.
Maybe we should ask Daniel Garcia. Didn't he steal him? Remember they tied him up in an undisclosed location or something like that for a while? I mean, maybe we should be looking more at Garcia on this one.
There's a lot of people we should be looking for. Hey, you know who we should be looking for? Roman Reigns. He's also vanished. Ever since he got his head accidentally stomped into the mat by Seth Rollins, which people keep insisting, oh, there's nothing wrong, he's fine.
You mean the mat outside?
I mean, maybe he is, but, like, he's gone. And they're not announcing his return until the end of March. He's returning on the SmackDown in Italy, March 21st. I guess he could come back tomorrow, maybe. And Friday, March 28th. I'm just waiting. Like, any second the text is going to come in. He's fine. He wasn't hurt. Maybe the guy wasn't hurt, dude. But, like, I watched that over and over. He got his head and neck stomped into the mat, brother.
No,
they're not going to tell you if he had a concussion. They just don't.
I don't know if he was injured or not, but he definitely got hurt. I don't care. You can't get stomped like he did outside the ring into the mat and have it not hurt. But they are slow rolling names out for this European tour. They went through John Cena's the last shows there, and they put CM Punk on a couple of days and announced those, and now they've announced Roman Reigns to appear at least the SmackDown shows. He's not mentioned for any of the other house shows, but probably going to have more names keep rolling out, including some of the women here in the next week or so.
Was Jade ever really hurt? No one knows. Yes, Jade was hurt.
Here
she
come
was
more
hurt.
texts. Here come more texts.
Now, it's funny, the last text I got, like, she was hurt. But she been training.
She was in Alabama. Well,
she will be back at some point.
She was picking up some Roll Tide stuff or something. She wasn't at no orthopedics, of course.
Dynamite. Did you talk about Dynamite yesterday? I never know what
the rating was not out yet.
Tom talked about.
We reviewed the show, but
598,000 viewers and a .18. Best number the show's done since November 20th.
Dopey emails.
Numbers do not include people streaming on Max.
There's at least one.
But we know there's only like 3 people. So like
now he's changing it, folks.
Yeah, there's only 3.
Why are you so mad?
I'm not mad. Because I know how many people are in general watching, and it's a lot. And that's fine.
Well, how many people in general?
It's fine. Think? I would say between 1 and 200,000, maybe as many as 250. Yeah.
Okay. How did you come to that deduction?
Well, because everything else it streams does about 30% streaming, so it was simple math, you know. It was simple math.
You are a pro at math, I know.
Actually, you know what? I'm actually a pro at simple math. I'm not a pro at complicated math, but this is not complicated math. It's simple math. Simple.
The man needed an abacus to put together 100 minutes there.
No, I didn't. I used my calculator, and you know what? I added it correctly. I didn't have one person go, no, it's not 120 minutes, Brian. It's 144.5. Back in a moment. Observer Live. Get Hey, I like that guy that just did that commercial. He should do more voiceover work. I hear his email is brian@wrestlingobserver.com if you're interested.
Hey, for those people watching on video didn't hear that, what was that person talking about?
After Dark Radio every Wednesday at 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern, here on Sports Byline USA. And also, a couple of quick things. First off, 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern today, myself and Lance will be doing a free live Q&A. However you're listening now, whether it's YouTube, Twitch, or Sports Byline, TuneIn Radio, you can join us live at 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. Ask Lance or I anything you want, and we'll do that live Q&A. 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern, all video platforms and Sports Byline, 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern today. And phone lines are open if you would like to give us a call. It is 618-762-3275. That is 618-762-3275. And if you are out of this country, you can use the international web browser line, callinstudio.com/show/WOL. That is callinstudio.com/show/WOL. I will have a better URL next week. Well, the phone lines are full anyway. So let's go to the phones. You are on the air. Who is this? And where are you calling from, brother?
Hey, it's the Don. How you doing?
Yes,
Brian and Mike.
Doing fine.
You know, I love calling. It's Fun Friday. You know, I'm big excited about tomorrow's wrestling shows. The best show, of course, being the Coldest Winter 3 GCW from the Ukrainian Cultural Center.
Wow.
Zack Sabre Jr. and Drew Parker. Effie and Sidney Akeem. You got Fuego del Sol versus Starboy Charlie, but the main event, I think, is probably going to be Masha Slamovich versus Super Crazy. That is going to be super crazy, and I am so
Masha
excited.
Slamovich versus
Everybody's gonna be
Super
watching.
Crazy.
I love it.
That's the match?
Yeah,
Love
it's going to.
I'm skipping
That is
Chamber.
the match. It's going to be awesome.
That sounds
well, I
awesome.
mean, Joey Janela was supposed to wrestle him, but he got injured. So it's Masha
He
versus
is injured,
Super Crazy.
yes.
That's good. It's going to be super crazy.
That's a much better match. I would much rather see Masha Slamovich in there and doing that. Absolutely. And I wonder, Brian, is Starboy Charlie? Are you bigger than Starboy Charlie? You think you could take him?
Actually, right now, I'm not sure I'm bigger. I was 133.8 the other day. But I'm shredded. I'll give myself that. And I don't mind saying it. I don't mind
A
saying
drop of water coming out of you teeth or Jesus,
Yeah,
my God.
man, I'm like a piece of chicken in saran wrap. That's what I look like right now. All right, let's go to the phones. You're on the air. Who is this, and where are you calling from?
Hey guys, Brandon here from Portsmouth. I wanted to know, do y'all think that John Cena is going to be the one that turns heel and joins The Rock as his champion? The only reason why I'm still thinking about that is after the Royal Rumble press conference, Cena said that him and Cody would be best for business. And he even said that, I'm putting myself in the chamber because I've earned this. And the way he said it just felt like a heel. So I don't know. What do you guys think if that's what Cena's going to do?
I think you need a new internet connection. Other than that, good call. No chance. John Cena is not returning. You know why John Cena is returning?
Why?
So he can have his last run, make a bunch of money, sell a bunch of tickets, and sell a bunch of merch. And we went all those years without the John Cena heel turn, and it's not time now. He ain't going to get booed. No one's going to want to boo him. It's just...
And Rock doesn't want to get booed either, but he has now made sure that everybody knows that guy's a character. It's a character on the show, and we're here to cause disruption. I think if we get anything this year, it's going to be something with The Rock and Cena, playing off of their past. I can see that a lot easier than seeing Cena turn heel at any point. And again, like you mentioned, he hasn't been a heel since, Ohio Valley 25 years ago? No way he's going to do it now.
A lot of people think it's going to be CM Punk.
Well,
I don't think that's the worst idea because Punk as a heel would be great. And eventually, if Rock decides he wants to do one more match, could finally get that Punk Rock WrestleMania match that caused so many problems a decade ago.
Do you think that ties in? Okay, in that case, is that somehow he ties it in with a favor? Because he's still got a favor that's owed him by Paul Heyman, correct?
He could. There's a lot of ways they could do this. They must have some plan. Let's go to the phones. You're on the air. Who is this, and where are you calling from? Fun Friday.
This is Michael from Rochester. Thank you, Brian and Mike, for taking my call. And as for the previous caller, since I've been booking all the NXT shows and the matches into existence, I'm going to book tomorrow night's Elimination Chamber match.
Okay.
I think what's going to happen is what you just said. I think CM Punk is going to win the Chamber, and I think the way it's going to go is John Cena is going to eliminate Logan Paul during the match. But then Logan Paul is going to do to him what he did to Randy Orton last year, which is hit him with the brass knuckles, and that's how John gets eliminated. So thus John will wrestle Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
No.
And I think the last two guys are going to be Punk and Seth Rollins. And when that happens, you're going to see Paul Heyman come down with The Rock, and CM Punk's going to cash it in his favor, and his favor is going to be The Rock helping Punk get to the WrestleMania main event, which he's never been in before.
Okay.
So thus it will be Cody versus Punk, and then Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, based on the fact that Paul Heyman helped The Rock take care of Seth Rollins as a payback for what Seth did to Roman at the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
And thus you have those.
Listen, I let him go. Listen, this guy's been good predicting things. He's absolutely wrong here, okay? He's absolutely wrong. Because The Rock is showing up in the middle of the show to get an answer from Cody, okay? I don't think he's coming out later. We already know the main event of WrestleMania is going to be, and I guess anything can change, but it's Cody and Cena for the title, and it's Roman Reigns, Punk, and Seth Rollins. All right? So I think that what's going to happen is Punk is going to be, it might come down to John Cena and Punk or something. Maybe Punk could be the last guy, but Punk's going to lose. There needs to be an impetus for Punk turning heel. And that is, he needs to lose. He needs to get screwed or something. Maybe make it eliminate Logan Paul and then Logan, whatever. But the point is, there needs to be an impetus for him turning. And I think the turn is most likely to happen in that three-way at WrestleMania. And then we go from there. So, it's too early to do it on Saturday. It's too early.
I still think it's too early to do John Cena in a world title picture. But
no, he is, but he's going to lose.
No, but I get that. I wouldn't even have him in the WrestleMania main event facing off against Cody. I would have Cody against somebody else. Although, again, I understand that it's WrestleMania. It's going to be seen as the last one, so that would make sense. But I just think that you would be still better off him tripping up and failing because, him wanting this, Punk wanting this and coming up short. I could see Logan Paul. Now, I could also see him losing the shot before WrestleMania. But I could see if you wanted to do a big surprise and have people losing their minds, The Rock doing something to help Logan Paul stand tall, even if he loses the shot before Mania. I mean, I guess anything is possible because Logan Paul is going to have a match in Mania. It's just a matter of who it's against.
All right, let's go to the international web browser line. You're on the air. What's going on?
Good morning over here in Australia, Brian and Mike. Brian, I wanted to jump in for the benefit of your friends in the YouTube chat who are saying that the WWE have decided to come back over to Australia because of AEW's Brisbane show. The deal was actually entered into quite some time ago, quietly, and kept under wraps because there's an election next week. And let's just say if the government had made that announcement earlier because of controversies with government funding, there might have been some bad blood in the Perth community.
So you don't think it has anything to do with AEW running Australia?
No, this has been quietly kept under wraps for quite some time now.
All right. Well, listen, I'm taking your word for it because I know you know, right?
Well, look.
Like I said, if I'm wrong, there will be some bad blood.
Yes. All right, awesome. Thank you very much for the update. I appreciate that.
To be fair, look, now, AEW announced that show, how long ago? It was 18 months ago or whatever, but, a year before they went over, they had that show announced. So when WWE decided to start looking, because it's not like, the city of Perth flipped its, overnight said, okay, we're going to bring you in here at WWE's whim. I mean, I'm sure it was in the planning stages for a long time. It's just a matter of how long. But them going and running a place where AEW failed with a whole huge show that's probably going to do very well. Yeah, I'm sure that was in their minds.
I would like to say also here on this fun Friday, a very happy birthday to Paisley.
Aw.
My love of my life turns 9. She's 9! How? 9 years old today. I remember when she was like 4, and forget how old his daughter was, but I was like on Instagram or something like that, and Nick Jackson's daughter had turned, it was like 7 or 8 or something, and he had this big long post, I can't believe I have a 7-year-old, like, I can't believe it, this and that, and for whatever reason, that stuck with me, and then all of a sudden one day, Paisley was 7, I felt the exact same way. Oh my God, I can't believe I've got a 7-year-old. She's 7. Now she's 9. She's in the double digits next year. So anyway, very happy birthday. She's going to the trampoline place tomorrow to party it up. It's going to be awesome. So that'll be my morning and afternoon before Elimination Chamber. Good Lord, what a day.
Be careful what you eat before you go.
Yes.
Have you ever seen that happen at the trampoline park? Bad scenes usually.
Parenting
all those foam
class
blocks.
Stories here. I remember when she was called the baby on the Bryan. Well, she's still my baby. And actually, technically, I got to make this clear because Whitney was like, "What are you talking about?" They were birthing classes, not parenting classes. Big difference.
I was going to say, now you get sent to parenting classes because that's what the court says you have to do.
Halfway to being able to legally buy cigarettes. Oh, God.
Jesus Christmas.
Oh, I mean, she is. I guess it is 21 now, yeah.
A lot of the jackals in both of these chats, hopefully there's
she ain't going to smoke.
Reproduction out of these people.
She ain't going to be a smoker. Kidding me? All right, should we see what we have in the text message line?
You mean we're out of calls already?
Or
Come
should
on.
I tell kid stories? I got plenty I can do. What is this?
Oh.
Got this from Brandon here. Hold on. ABC News story. Unfortunately, Brandon, doesn't look like... Oh, here we go. What is this?
Apparently the text is like the phone call he had earlier. What's
Okay, so this is from ABC News. FBI director wants to bring the UFC to the FBI. Newly installed FBI director Kash Patel, whose proclaimed plans to overhaul the nation's premier law enforcement agency have rattled many within the Bureau, has proposed enhancing the FBI's ranks with help from the UFC.
Well, I mean, as you try not to seize, I mean, doing that officially, okay, fine. I guess I could see that. I mean, it's not like law enforcement everywhere doesn't bring in MMA fighters and things like that. Pat Miletich, for years, that was one thing he did to make money, was go around and try to help out, military and police and things like that. So I'm not surprised. They love branding.
They want to develop programs for agents to improve their physical fitness. Well, that would be nice. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Mike Sempervive, also of WrestlingObserver.com. And don't forget, we are an hour away from a free show, a free live Q&A with myself and Lance Storm. And however you're watching or listening to this, whether it's YouTube or Twitch or TuneIn Radio or Sports Byline, you can listen free at 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. It'll be Lance and I, and the YouTube address, f4wonline.com/YouTube. Twitch is f4wonline.com. Twitch.tv/f4w video. I confuse myself. You actually can't listen on Byline. So if you're listening on Byline, you have to watch on either YouTube or Twitch. So one more time. Twitch.tv/f4w video or f4wonline.com/YouTube. So choose one of those, or go to my Twitter, at Bryan Alvarez, my ex. I'll give you links. And that's 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. And we'll do a live Q&A for free. So join us.
But if you never get off Sports Byline, that's no problem either. We understand. That's great, because you'll be able to hear this show again. You'll be able to hear repeats of After Dark, and you'll be able to hear brand new episodes of this show hosted by Jim Valley, Saturdays 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and Andrew Zarian on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
That's right. So anyway, we're going to wrap it up for today. But join us in an hour. And it'll be a fun time before SmackDown tonight and Elimination Chamber this weekend and Collision this weekend and all of the shows we're doing this weekend. We will be up on Saturday and Sunday this weekend for subscribers. And you can check that out, f4wonline.com/new. We have new subscriber specials. That's f4wonline.com/new. So check it out. And that's it, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next time. Wrestling Observer Live.